Police in Nigeria are reportedly guarding offices of the mobile phone giant MTN in the capital Abuja. This after protesters tried to storm the offices yesterday in response to the xenophobic attacks in South Africa. And more South African businesses are reportedly being targeted in Nigeria. Protesters also gathering at the offices of MultiChoice. Nigeria has summoned South Africa's top diplomat to register the fears about a fresh wave of violence against illegal immigrants in Johannesburg and Pretoria. Well, contrary to what the Home Affairs Minister has said, the Forum for the African Diaspora believes that the recent violent protests that have taken place in Rosettenville and Pretoria are targeting foreign nationals and are xenophobic. ADF has called on the South African government to intervene, and with what's been called the March Against Immigrants in Pretoria this morning, the Forum has raised concerns about immigrant safety and has called for the South African government to do something. Earlier we spoke to Emeka Johnson, the Forum spokesperson.
The way he said it is justified, but that's not the way he said it. We have a clip of what he said, which is contrary to what you said just now. If he said that, Amnesty International would have indicted him, ADF wouldn't have indicted him, and AU wouldn't have indicted him. Even the Minister of Home Affairs disagreed with him. A cross-section of people all over. In fact, I think it's only Mashaba that has that idea that criminality in Johannesburg has to do with foreign migrants.
Now, we've seen that the communities here in Rosettenville, they went after foreign nationals who they say were dealing in drugs and also running brothels, prostitution brothels and rings. Now, if indeed that is the case, even what's happening in Pretoria, what is your message to those who obviously are not towing the line?
Actually, well, that's not the case in the first place. We're on the ground, and we found out that that's the case. The case here is actually an outright attack, xenophobic attack on people. And we're not saying that there are no miscreants or criminals among the migrants, but they're infinitesimal. How many migrants are in South Africa in the first place? And look at the statistics. How many of these people have been convicted and arrested and convicted? That's where you get your statistics. They are there. But I mean, but South African government has the necessary institutions and they can activate to nail these people and let the laws of the land take position.
What's your reaction to what's currently happening in Pretoria with the illegal march or the march against illegal immigrants in Pretoria?
Well, that march has been planned over time. We tried to intervene by meeting the Mamelodi Residents Association, but they agreed initially. We wanted to meet them under the umbrella of the Mamelodi police station. But at the last minute they reneged. We wanted to know their concern and see how we can come in to add value to their concern. We are not saying they don't have concern, but we are saying that mob action is not the solution. You see, even if they do citizen arrest, it's legal. Do citizen arrest. If you see any person committing crime, but our own grudge is that criminality does not have nationality. If you're a criminal, you're a criminal. And the laws of the land should take position.
Yes.
Yeah, that's our agreement. But you see, the fears now is that this thing will snowball. We said we started shouting and crying since Mashaba's statement last year. We picketed against Mashaba. We wrote an extensive memorandum which we circulated even to the presidency. We escalated it to the presidency and even to the parliament, the premier. But we are not listening to. We tried to inform, we tried to interdict this march, but it will look as an affront against our host community. But who had expected South African well-meaning organizations to have interdicted this? Because what is actually happening, the news on the ground now is that even schools are closing, calling parents to come and take their words. And the fears that this thing will escalate to the extent touching some areas like Hebrew, Berea, Yeovil, in no time today.
Now, yesterday, the Home Affairs Minister dismissed reports that the latest incidents are xenophobic. And on the other hand, you believe, though, that they are. What makes you think that they are?
This has been a problem with we and South African government. The inability to take the fact that this is xenophobic. Right from the King's Willetini statement, we've been looking at it as xenophobic. The Interministerial Committee or the Parliamentary Committee on that issue, we met them. We presented our memorandum, telling them that they try to deny it. I mean, this is denialism. It doesn't work well. Ask the common man on the street. Even the protesters themselves have called it xenophobia.